Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Most in the Czech Republic for the Alpe Adria International Motorcycle Championship. We're up for the Superstock 600, race number 2. It's a huge starting grid. We're going to welcome here in the Stock 600 at least 32 people on the grid. And we have an extraordinary guest by the means of our Superstock champion racing for the Czech racing team, Christopher Bergman. His 1000cc stock bike has been demolished while we're looking at the number 10 of Jaromír Kivka, who is almost clinched the second position in the championship. Runaway leader, of course, is Richard Boris from Hungary. He's not present at the moment. He's competing in Magny-Cours in France, but had already clinched the title in Oschersleben. And the Czech riders are here to do the party in honors of their Stock 1000 championship, but of course also due to the extraordinary feature they did in the Bordeaux last week, where the Czech racing team was able to clinch second position in the European World, the Endurance World Championship, together with Gino Ria, Christopher Bergman and Axel Maurik, and even team number 2 from Czech, where we're looking at the number 27, and he's pointing at his helmet there. It is also the Czech racing number 2 team with 13th overall and 4th in class, who did a sterling job. If we look at the race for today, some excitement still in the championship between the numbers 2 and 3, although Merkivka has got a 24-point lead over the Bavarian rider with the number 36. It's Thomas Eder, who's doing everything to catch the wheel of Jaromír Kivka, who was in pursuit of Richard Boris, who was way too fast for the rest of the field with his almost stock Yamaha. Nevertheless, a good effort for Jaromír Kivka. Kevin Runner not here, had 4th place in the championship, and also not here unfortunately, but I thought with her Jasmine Sarios, a Finnish lady who surprised us pleasantly with her podium finishes in Oschersleben. It was she who had the honors of being the first lady in the Alpe Adria International Motorcycle Championship to be on the top spot. Her Finnish compatriot Kirsi Kainalainen, she is here, and she will be the sole Suzuki representative on the grid. And Kirsi will be departing from, where is she?
Here she is on our screens, number 31.
Yeah, but we'll have to look in the grid where she is.
Departing from...
I lost it, Amirales. Where is he?
Kirsi is
close,
on
7th position.
7th place.
Oh, that's a new one, because she's always now complaining
she
about...
started on the 16th position yesterday,
yeah.
and managed to finish 7th, and now she's 7th on the grid. So that is the first place in the 3rd starting row.
I think this is the best starting position for her so far, because she's always having trouble with qualifying, and is brilliant within the race. And now again she did a sterling job yesterday in race 1 by the top 10 finish again, and hopefully this starting position will prove some additional motivation for her to do well here in the championship. Of course, former world sidecar passenger, she's a world champion there by the side of Pekka Pivarinta, first female world champion to be crowned for the FIM. So quite some pedigree there. But yesterday we were looking forward to the fight with the South African riding for Portugal. It's almost a bit of a different story. Sheridan Moraes has raced, has a win in the World Supersports, has raced in Moto2, and Waypol has provided him with a bike to be present here in the Stock 600. Wasn't the first row yesterday. However, had a technical problem and had to pull into pit lane, missing out on race number 1. He's with us, hopefully. Have you seen him, Mislav, at the moment? It should be in row 2, middle position. Let's look at the window. 1, 2, 3.
On the 5th place.
Yeah, but he's not there. If I'm right. No? Ah, that's a shame. We had looked forward to it. They made a great effort. I've heard they had some technical difficulties already in training. And although based upon his qualification time, he was still able to depart from the 2nd row. Unfortunately, they were not able to solve those technical problems, and we cannot look forward to that fight between the two very fast and experienced campaigners. We're talking about Sheridan Moraes and Christopher Bergman. Nevertheless, it's the rest of the field was going to make a race out of it. It is to be expected that our stock 1000 champion will also clear away in the distance again. But he had just an amazing season, you know, especially with the second place in the EWC last week out. I spoke to him early today, Christopher Bergman, said, "What incredible. Everything went right this year. Everything went to plan. Clinched the title in the stock 1000 in Croatia, in Rijeka. So quite relaxed here with the team. Team is here after the tremendous effort they put down in France, and it's looking forward to a good race. We had a nice race yesterday. I think the conditions are slightly a bit better than yesterday. So let's have a look at these lap times. They are able to set here a 39.371 for Christopher Bergman. Second guy up the road is a 1:41.8 to just emphasize the difference in pace here.
Yes, so we can only look forward to the fight for the second place between Mrkivka and Chalupa.
Yeah, Adria had a bit of a difficulty yesterday getting off the line. Was caught behind Chalupa and Gloep, who had a great start yesterday. It took him too long to get by them, and then the rest of the field was already gone. And that probably has cost him the chance for a second place in the championships. Nevertheless, spoke to Thomas this morning, and he was eager to set things right from yesterday. So he's up for a fight again. With quite a few friends came over from Bavaria to support him here in the Most track. So he's got a home advantage, tiny little bit of a home advantage here in Czechia. So let's keep an eye on what the proceedings will be for Thomas.
Thomas is always cheerful in the paddock, always laughing, joking, and we are always happy to cheer for him in the race. We hope that he will manage to put up a good fight today and justify our expectations about his performance.
Yeah, really quite consistent over the whole season. Unfortunately, the nil score in the second race in Grobnik really has cost him too dearly.
Yes, unfortunately it did. So he is in a harsh contention for the second place because of that 0 on his tally.
But good to see that we have another packed field here with 11 starting rows, 32 people on the grid. This is how it should be. This is what Stock 600 is about. Close racing. Mainly Yamahas, of course, with the Soul Triumph here and there, and the Soul Suzuki by means of the entry of Kirsi Kainelainen. And the rest is all Yamahas, and other Yamahas. One Honda, only 2 Hondas that we got, but that's more in the back of the field. And I just found the odd Kawasaki. Patrick Stachura.
Yes, Patrick Stachura.
Strange actually, because in the World Championship, the Kawasaki's, you know, still able to keep a bit of the pace of the Yamahas, who are absolutely the bike to have if you're still racing with the 600s. But on different, you know, national championship, you can see, for instance, in Holland, we had a well-prepared Suzuki still clinching titles because of consistency, because of corner speed, reliability. There you go. But Yamaha still he got the edge and is the bike to have for the super sport so far, for the majority of the field anyway.
Yes, Yamaha is the bike to have. And off they go into the warm-up lap.
Kirsi, you see, look at that. She's a lightweight. Yesterday we had a wonderful picture where she went into the first corner and completely forgot to brake. So you saw everyone turning into the first corner, and one Finnish little lady with blonde hair with eyes wide open, like, oh, wait, this was the first corner, and completely forgot to turn in. Nevertheless, recuperated well and went from 16th to the 7th position in that race. So looking forward. There was if this was a dress rehearsal, I'm curious what's going to happen after a couple of minutes.
Yes, we hope that she will be able to put on a good start as she did yesterday. So to bring some more excitement, and We hope that she comes in the top 5 in today's race, comparing her starting position today and yesterday. So a lot of excitement right in front of us. As we said, this is the Superstock 600 race. After this will be followed by the 1000 Superstock category. And then we'll continue with the Superbikes, our strongest category in the championship. And the conclusion will be the FIM Supermono Cup race number 3.
We're looking at Kevin Runner, the number 69, 4th in the championship so far, Team Gesselpower. I was trying to find him yesterday, couldn't find him anywhere. Oh no, there he is. 6th position. I overlooked him completely. My apologies for him, for my calculation, because I have to do mathematics here by hand, and at my age that is still a bit difficult. Nevertheless, almost forgot about our Kevin Runner, number 69 on the Yamaha from Austria from Team Gesselpower. And he adds up another 10 points to his tally, so he's up on 103 at the moment.
Here comes Kirsi, first on her spot. 7th starting position in the 3rd row.
She's might not be very tall, but very strong. Endurance sports does everything, but from the sidecars decided to go for a career as a solo rider and doing quite well for herself. Of course, if you enter your starting position very early, you'll have to wait a tiny little bit before everyone, especially with the 32 grid, to be in starting position.
Everything is set. We are at the beginning of this Superstock 600 race. We have the green flag waiting for the lights.
Christoph Bergman in pole position.
The lights are on and they are off. What a start for Christoph Bergman. Mrkivka had a bad start.
And have a look at Kirsi, if she's gonna break later or earlier.
She's going on the inside, Kirsi. Yes, she will take
second position.
Second position, yes, into the first corner. We have the Finnish lady on the 2nd place, number 31, in front of the whole pack of riders behind her. What a start for Kirsi. Unbelievable opening into this race. And behind her, it's Mrkivka now going in front of Thomas Eder.
And that's that fight, of course, again. Like Thomas said, I'm going to take it to Mrkivka. I'm going to try it. Mrkivka, of course, a bit surprised having the orange leathers of Kirsi Kainulainen in front of him.
But her lightweight is a big problem for the Yamaha. As you can see, Yamaha like starting to close down. But when she opens full throttle, then Mrkivka has trouble passing her, but he managed to pass her. But she is right behind him, still
tucked behind the bubble. Thomas a little bit later on the break, not able to put a wheel in front of Kirsi.
Trying from the outside.
Whoa, lost it almost in the front. Way in pursuit now for Kirsi. It is Mrkivka pulling away straight away.
We are approaching the final corner. Double right-hander. Still Kirsi holding the line, holding that 3rd position. But Eder lost his place.
To Runner, isn't it?
I believe it is.
Couldn't see. Well,
69, yes, it was the number 69 of Kevin Runner. Look at her go. Look at the Suzuki going onto the straight. Unbelievable.
Yeah, nice setup. The gearing is light. Late on the brakes now. Whoa, way too late, but just manages to turn in.
Yes, she barely hauls on. We have completely forgot about Christopher Bergman, who has a huge advantage.
He's gone anyway. With all respect, Christopher is a class of his own, you know. He's
look at Kirsi go. She managed to break away of Runner just at this one part of the track. As I said, they have big troubles when she opens the throttle because she's so lightweighted. Reminding me of Danny Pedrosa when he was competing in a MotoGP. He would just open the throttle and look at her go.
Yeah, just launches out of the corner, and Yeah, a bit careful still in that corner, but
Yamahas cannot touch the Suzuki.
Not so far. It's incredible. You know, first of all, getting that machine working properly, that's an effort. But her riding it in such a manner that these guys have all the trouble in the world keeping up with her. And of course, no disrespect, we got Christopher Bergman in the lead. Jeremy Kivka is in second position. We're looking. Oh, it's a bit of a muscle.
A bit pass onto the muscles.
Yeah. Well, be careful with Mrs. Kindleinen, because she's got a bit of a thundercloud around her head when she's with her visor down. So she's probably want to try to recuperate. Nevertheless, it's Thomas Eder trying to launch an attack on the inside. Not.
Is Kiersey close enough to maybe take the slipstream? Out to the start and finish line they go.
Bit of a wide exit from the last corner now, pulling away a bit from Thomas Eder. Not able to keep up with Kevin Runner in front of her.
Eder will try to outbreak her, but she manages to stay
on the
fourth place.
We missed out, we thought it was Runner. It's Chalupa which we overlooked. My apologies to the team. We look into the screen and we look into the sunlight, so that's an apology from our side. Or is it something we overlooked? Okay, let's go back to the start for a sec. Yeah, let's go back for the start and see what happened there in the first corner. Right-hand side of the track for the viewers now is pole position for Christoph Bergman. He's away, and look at that yellow and white letters in the middle of your screen now, going to the right-hand side of the track, braking as late as possible, just trying to block everything in the first corner, and she managed to do so and gets away with second position on the start of this Stock 600 race. Absolutely exciting and brilliant getaway from the 7th starting position.
Outstanding performance right off the bat. We are now back live. It's still Kiersey in front of Thomas Eder.
Birkivka and the number 83 from Chalupa in third position. He also had a brilliant race in race number 1 where he finished third as well. She's trying to keep cool, which sometimes is a bit difficult. Now Eder trying to, looking over his shoulder, which he shouldn't. Concentrate on whatever's going in front of you. But in this case it wasn't Gloop who was close enough to make it of good use. Defensive line into the first corner from Kiersey. Tucked behind the bubble again. Also races in the Dutch Championship. Will be having a go as a pilot in a sidecar probably next week as well. So many disciplines, but now doing great for herself in the solo bike, blocking the entry of the furthest corner on the track.
I believe if
track turn
she
number 9
didn't got overtaken, she would still be holding that position. Only small space has been left, and it was enough for Chalupa to overtake. But look how much trouble Eder has passing in front of her.
42.5 already quicker than she was in the last race. Whoa! Eder is trying to go along the outside and now had hoped to be in the inside, but it was a little bit too much to ask. Obviously is tiny little bit faster, but not able to pass her so far. And
he will have to take a big risk if he wants to overtake her. And it has to be at the beginning of the lap, because she gains so much speed on this start and finish line. Look at her go. Eder right behind her trying to use the slipstream, but she is just pulling away with her Suzuki. Hard on the brakes. Eder tries to go on the inside. Will Eder pass? Yes, and he defends again his position and closes the door on Kiersey.
Fairly new situation for Kiersey. She's normally the one on the attack. Now she has to be the one defensive. It's a complete different discipline, of course. Now hopefully trying to regain her rhythm and keeping the wheel of Thomas Eder. It is Chalupa was too far down the road. The difference between the numbers 2 and 3 was About 2.4 seconds on start-finish line. Let's see what it will be if they cross the line another time. Now you can see that Thomas, with a bit of clear track in front of him, is able to pull away from Kirsi-Kanalainen. Nevertheless, a great effort from the Finnish lady. Now the only sole female representative, her compatriot Jasmine Sayos, also did a brilliant job in the Stock 600 this season. Good to see that contingent from Finland participating within the Alpe Adria International Motorcycle Champion, where we look at the number 10. He has a firm hand onto the second position of the championship for the season 2019. Bergman with another fastest lap, not being pushed, not being hindered by anyone. He pulls down a 1:38.945 with the Stock 600.
We have a crash. Somebody crashed. We just caught it.
That would have
slightly.
Been. Is that Ader? No, he's on the road.
We'll have to double check on that.
We have double yellow there. Flags are being shown. Who's going through down the order?
Is it somebody from the behind or?
Looks like it. It's Sahin Baris. Maybe, I don't know. We'll have a look with the next crossing.
This is, of course, Christopher Bergman, our leader, with a huge advantage. Well over 12 seconds.
Yeah, doing 38s. What do you think? He's pulling away, and yes, he was excusing himself for having just a stock front fork. And is it going to be a while? Now there you go. Either you got the talent or not. Of course, the Wojciech Racing team knows how to prepare the bike, but nevertheless, it's the guy on the bike who's doing the lap times right now. Another lap down, and then we have another 6 to go, with another 36.9 on the board, waiting for Jeremy Kivka, to whom we spoke earlier this weekend. And there he is, 13.978 seconds down the road. Then Chalupa. Yes, Thomas Eder should be arriving shortly. Yes, and it's Kirsi still holding off Jaromír Chlup. So Czechian flag shown in second, third, and in sixth position for the home front here in Most, in the northwest of the Czech Republic. Personal best for Mirkivka as well, 141 point. No, he had already had a 40.85, so that's also slightly better than yesterday. Was a full second a lap quicker than he was yesterday. So Mirkivka confidently on the road towards his second position in the championship and second position in this race number 2 of the final race weekend in the Alpe Adria International Motorcycle Championship.
It's Mirkivka on our screen. He managed to keep it together this weekend and claim the second place in the overall standings, of course, if he finishes. But that is only a routine move.
Yeah, it's a bit mathematical. Even if the machine would break down, and otherwise it would have been Thomas Eder to win to get in front of him. So then it will be a very small miracle needed for Thomas Eder to get to that second position. Third is the prize he's probably going to take home with him to Bavaria.
Yes, and we are 5 laps to go, ladies and gentlemen. 75% of the race is behind us.
And look at the lap times further on in the field. Is Kirsi-Kanalainen still with us in a 42.06, did a 41.8. Still holding off Jaromír Chlup so far. although Jaromir was losing a tiny little bit in the last lap out. Difference between the 2.9 of a second. Already into the back, Marcus. Oh, not expecting that, but a clean move in the inside.
Yes, Bergman is far away.
No shame there. Let's, in the meanwhile, look at the rest of the top 10. We were already up to the 6th position of Jaromir Gloop, then Kevin Rannen in 7th position. Marceli Buzulski in 8th position. Raimond Solinger 9th, 10th position for Silvio Fiore. Thomas Subert, the 11th position. Philip Holle from Denmark, of course, from the Holle clan. 12th position for Michael Ronek. Then the Pierre Koppa in the 14th position. Jaroslav Šomits from Poland in 15th position. The last position where you will be receiving some points for the championship.
To the start and finish line, they go once more, and it's now 4 laps to go. So no changes in the classifications. It's still Bergman in front of Mrkivka, in front of Halupa and Eder.
Looks
Eder
like
is trying to close down, and he is closing down.
Absolutely.
On Halupa. In the last lap, he was 0.4 of a second faster.
Difference on the start and finish line was 0.5 of a second, but it's absolutely closer here on screen. So he wants to finish on a high, Thomas. He wants that 3rd position on the rostrum to put a bit of a crown on his season 2019 in the Stock 600. It's like a demonstration here from our Swedish ace rider Christopher Bergman. Not putting a wheel wrong there. Another lap. Still the only one doing 39s. Whoa. Beautifully turning into lap turn number 1. And let's look at that fight for 3rd position. It is Mrkivka now. Then we have to wait. It is Halupa still slightly
yes,
in
but
front.
Eder is going hard on the brakes. Almost manages to get in front, but Halupa closed the door.
Let's stay with that fight for 3rd position. The camera can pick it up. That's the number 10 bike of Jiří Mrkivka. Fritz tuning. With the Yamaha R6. That's our leader again, Christopher Bergman. Heading towards the penultimate lap. Cutting through the field with the pace difference he's setting, and that's due to his own merit, where the number 24 on the grid, which is Marci Roniak. Into the penultimate lap. Let's have a look at the crossing there. Bergman still in our picture. We're looking here on track on the fight for 3rd position. Still wait for Mrkivka. It looks like he's coming down the order right now. Mrkivka now here. Start finish straight. Then we'll have to wait. Yeah, the fight. He's looking over his shoulder. Waiting for the attack. It is Thomas Eder again. Now he's side by side. Looks like he pulled down enough to go for the 3rd position.
Yes, Eder goes onto the 3rd place into the chicane.
Wonderfully executed. Wonderfully executed. You saw that Michael Halupa was looking over his shoulder to see whether he was coming, and he was coming. And it's always Well, we're looking at the number 42 is one of the back markers.
Lena Tool battle.
That's the difficult with having so many Yamahas in the field. He can pick at the wrong one. That's Christopher Bergman again. Heading up to Lennart Paul Ulbel. That was the gentleman we saw in our picture. Also being lapped by Christopher Bergman. Now going into what is the last lap? Still doing 39s. And we'll have to wait for another, let's say, what is it, 20 seconds, something like that, for Jiri Mirkivka to appear on the horizon here for the second position. There he is. That's the number 10 bike, Mirkivka. Then that fight is not over. No, they changed positions again. There he is. It's Chalupa in front, and it is Eder doing the attack again. He going into the last lap. Did the same trick, but he needs to stay in front. No, it is Chalupa closing the door in front of Eder. Eder not able to pass Chalupa for third position. Huge fight going on there. Back with the live image. Still our leader in the race. Bergman still putting up a great show, even if he's in the last. He's just got the rhythm, he's just got the flow. 39 lap times, lap after lap. And we're going to compare that to the yeah, well, you can't compare it to the rest of the field. That's one thing for sure. Let's see if we can switch back to that fight while he's going towards the start and finish line. Is it right? No, that he clinches that second victory here in the Supersport, the stock 600 category, Supersports. That's the back marker. Now we'll have to wait for the gentleman who's clinched the second position in the championship. That's also waiting for him still to come around. Now he comes through the last corner. There's Jiri Mikirka. Give a big hand for him, the number 10. Beautiful demonstration here. And here's that fight for third position. And it is Chalupa who has been able to keep Thomas Eder at bay. And our Finnish lady, Kirsi Kainulainen, brings it home in fifth position. Best finish for her for this season so far. Probably happy for it.
Yes, a great performance by her. She has done an outstanding job from the 7th on the spot.
Was able to pale away for the 6th position of Jaromir Glub. Kevin Renner in 7th position. Marcelli Bezulski from Poland in the 8th position. 9th position for Silvio Fiore, and he's from the Italian part of Switzerland. Probably with such a name. Thomas Subert, 10th position. Then Raimond Solinger in the 11th slot. The 12th position goes to Michael Ronek. Philip Holle in 13th position. 14th position for Riston Buzlkowski. And on the Honda, he managed to get into the points. And it is Michael Savinkov who clinches the last point in this final race of the year 2019 in the Stock 600. Nice fight till the end. I think Thomas would have loved to have been on the rostrum for this last race. Unfortunately, he had to deal with Michael Chalupa, who thought otherwise, and will go to the rostrum once again this weekend here in the Czech Republic in the track of Most. This was it for the Stock 600. We'll proceed, continue this program with the Stock 1000, which will start at 10 minutes past the hour of 3, and that will be after, what is it, another 8 minutes. So we'll give you back to the commercials, and we'll be back with you shortly.